good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Big welcome to FUJIFILM X Summit at Gulf Photo Plus in Dubai. So this is the first FUJIFILM X Summit. We've never done before. So before I start anything, let me explain what X Summit is. So what's the purpose of FUJIFILM having this event at Gulf Photo Plus? So since we introduced first generation of X100, it was back in 2011, almost 8 years ago, we introduced X100. Since that time, we have been listening to what customers said, keep asking what customers' expectations. So it will be regarded as a product design, usability, or lens roadmap, and firmware, so-called Kaizen activities. So I think that is one of the biggest reasons why FUJIFILM have grown our X series and GFX over the last 8 years. We started from the almost zero base. Now we've grown up one of the major players in the interchangeable high-end medium format space. So we will continue to listen to what customers said. And this event, we go even bigger way. So today, we invited the 5 guest panelists. They are quite independent, 3 photographers, 1 editor, and 1 third-party mount adapter manufacturer. And we are here 5 FUJIFILM managers who are in charge of mainly product planning as well as R&D. So 5 to 5, they exchange the opinions, and they will discuss for the future product. And also, together with you, I don't know how many the guests put together tonight. I guess 300 or so the guests are here. We intensively discuss about the future. Also, this event will be streamed live, and we will discuss. So of course, sometimes we cannot disclose 100% precisely for future product, but we try to be as open as possible. And during this event, we have opened a vote session for future products, asking your opinion, and you can join and ask. In this way, you can access to 3do.com, and if you go to the 3do.com, underneath, you have the enter event code, okay? And you put X Summit, put join. You come up to 5 agendas we are discussing today. And you can ask your questions, and you can give us an opinion on the live basis. So today, we have 5 agendas to be discussed. The first one is sensor and mount. Second is a lens, carry lens roadmap for the future. And third agenda will be the design. We have a designer here today. Fourth, with regard to color, image quality, film simulations. And last but not least, we will touch on the firmware update. What firmware update would you expect from us the next? So this is the first FUJIFILM X Summit. The whole purpose is the shaping the future together, okay? So we like to continue to be better, but without your opinion, without a suggestion, without advice, we cannot do anything. So let's shape the future together, okay? So let me introduce today's panelists. First of all, this side, non-FUJIFILM side, they are quite independent, so they will give us opinions totally independently. So 3 photographers, maybe you give us a few words, starting from Zack.
Hi, I'm Zack Arias. I am a commercial and editorial photographer based in Atlanta, Georgia.
Thanks for coming, Zack. Natalie?
Hi, I'm Natalie Naccache. I'm a photojournalist based in Dubai and Beirut.
Beno?
Hi, I'm Beno Saradzic. I'm based in Dubai from Slovenia. I shoot time lapses and architecture.
Barney from DPW.
Hello, I'm Barney Britton. I'm the senior editor of dpreview.com. We're based in Seattle, Washington in the USA.
Arias?
Hello, this is Xiaoming Zhang from KIPON. So we're based in Shanghai. Thank you.
Thanks, all coming together. Okay, so let me introduce from FUJIFILM side, 5 managers. The Zhang, he's a product planner. What product you planned? Recently T3, yes. XT3, yes. One of the best-selling FUJIFILM cameras. He planned for. Masa Imai-san, can you stand up? He's a product designer. So he's been designing the all X series and the GFX since first generation of X100. Then Makoto, he's also a product planner, mainly GFX. Okay. Is Yuki Takeshita-san. He comes from the R&D for optical design. And Shin is head of marketing of my division. Okay, 525. Don't forget, you are the part of the discussion. So you can raise your hand and you can start arguing. So please, we will welcome your challenge. Okay, so this is the time. Let's start the show. Let's move on to the first subject. Sensor size and mount structure. This is the first topic. Okay. So nowadays, all brands go to mirrorless, and all brands go to the different format and the different mount. It's very confusing. For example, Zhang-san, so how many mount adapter you are handling now?
Here this week, we have over 730 models adapters for different kind of systems.
Over 700 different mount adapter. He has to develop, and he has to keep the stock, and he has to keep the selling. So because of that, so many lenses, so many mounts, and so many format is now. So this is a major sensor size, micro four thirds, APS-C, full frame, and medium format. Okay, so I think that we still have Beno some comment. Fujifilm, why not full frame? Okay, everybody goes to the full frame now. Why you are missing the full frame? Okay, so this kind of topics we like to discuss this event. So maybe the Barney, you are the expert, or how many cameras you're testing every month? I don't know. So maybe you have some opinions, different format.
Well, I think all the experts are on that side of the room when it comes to the technical aspects of sensor performance. Yes. But in general, in our testing, one thing that's very clear is that in very broad terms, the bigger the sensor, the better.
Yep.
It's not true in absolutely every respect at every point in time because sensor technology changes. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the difference between APS-C and full frame, there's definitely a difference. But the APS-C to medium format, that's 4 times the image area, mm-hmm. which means that you gather twice as much light.
Yes.
And that has enormous benefits in terms of dynamic range. It also mm-hmm. makes it easier to design lenses for higher resolutions.
Yep.
So I think you've said this before publicly that there's no point for Fujifilm going to full frame because mm-hmm. there's not enough mm-hmm. of an increase in quality, but mm-hmm. medium format is such a big jump.
Yes. So do you think is there any perfect format? Quality, size, everything? There
is no perfect format, but I think that as I said, in general, the bigger the sensor, the better. Mm-hmm. The cost typically comes in literal cost, yes. in money, mm-hmm. and in the size of the system. Mm-hmm. I think we have seen increasingly compact full-frame cameras. I think Fujifilm has done good work on making increasingly compact medium-format cameras. Mm-hmm. There's always a balance.
Yes.
So yeah, I would say that the perfect format is whatever suits the individual's use case, and size and weight is a big consideration.
Thank you. So same question to FUJIFILM side. So maybe ask the Xing, what do you think? Is there any perfect format? So you come on the stage.
Yeah, so especially because of the difference of the sensor size, if we go for the bigger sensor size, in general, so the camera become bigger, heavier. If we go for the smaller, so the sensor size, so the camera become smaller, lighter. But both sides, so the bigger sensor have a higher resolution, but also the needs a lot more power for the processor. So there are a lot of pros and cons. So the smaller system, it's a smaller, lighter, so we can carry every day. But also they have some, so the less resolution comparing to the bigger sensor. It's a pros and cons.
So your answer is similar. There is no perfect format.
Yes.
All format has a pros and cons. Okay. Then the FUJIFILM answer is, what do you think is the best among?
Yes, so this is our focus, is APS-C size. So we believe so that this mount can provide very fast processing system, also enough resolution to produce better image quality. And also if the customer really want higher resolution, the better dynamic range, we recommend G mount, GFX.
Yes. So our job is to make APS quality is better, and the medium format, the size is smaller. The kind of the direction. This is our challenge to R&D.
Okay, and then I'm talking about our FUJIFILM, especially the X mount, G mount development concept. So the Fuji, we think we should give an option to the photographers. And today, especially I'm talking about our mount design, the X mount. We believe the X mount is very ideal, the mount design. So the concept is more light and less digital correction. So means more light means more optically. So we deliver the light to the sensor, and we try to have less the digital correction. So nowadays, actually the sensor, the technology evolve year by year, day by day. So actually the sensor becomes so sensitive. So we have to deliver the light through the lens, in a very precise way. So that we need the better the mount design and also the lens optical design. Okay. And this is our the mount the design. So the here left side is the mount, right side is the sensor side. So and the distance is flange back. So and today I want to introduce it's our internal technical term. So it's a Barrio Angle. So Barrio Angle. So this means this calculated from the edge of the mount and the line going through the edge of the sensor and the bottom line and top line. So they make this angle. So we call this is a Barrio Angle. If the Barrio Angle is smaller, so the number of degrees is smaller, so we can put the lens, rear lens. We can put the only small lens. Also, we need the distance from the sensor surface. If we can do the bigger, the Barrio Angle, we can put the bigger lens. And also this bigger lens, we can locate very close to the sensor side.
So a little bit technical. Are you following him? Yeah, that's good.
Okay, thank you very much. And then this wider, the Barrio Angle, that we can send the light, precisely going into the sensor side. So that's the reason the Fuji is thinking that this Barrio Angle is a quite important number. Okay, goes to the next slide. So this is our calculation of the Barrio Angle. So the top of the line is our X mount, and also we calculated other manufacturers, the sensor, the mount. So our Barrio Angle calculated this, the mount diameter 41.50, and also the sensor diameter. Then barrier angle is 41. And you can see this line, the sensor diameter. You see the 28.21. It's actually this is the APS-C set, our APS. Also the one mount C2 is also APS. And so the mount ABC is a bigger sensor diameter, means this is a full frame. And as you can see the barrier angle, so actually the APS-C set system so it can create wider so the barrier angle. And full size relatively so the smaller barrier angle.
So you see the new mirrorless mount recently introduced by our competitor. So all the mount is, the front back is very short, and the mount diameter is big. The entire reason is all the lens manufacturer, all camera manufacturer, all designer really want the wider barrier angle. So interesting thing is, if you look at the mount C, right? It's the same mount, but once you put the full frame sensor versus APS-C sensor, you get totally different barrier angle. Okay, so again, the wider barrier angle, it will allow we allow to put bigger the lens on the rear side, just in front of the sensor. That is a much more flexible or freedom to collect the light through to the sensor. Okay.
And let me show you one example. So our lens design. So this is optical design of the 50-60 x56 millimeter f1.2. So one of our best the prime lens. So that provides the very sharp image quality and also the nice bokeh the effect. And as you can see, this rear part, you can see the quite big the lens the rear element. So because we have the enough size of the rear lenses, so we can deliver the very easily all the light, the very smoothly, reasonably going into the sensor surface. And also another benefit we have, because our lens have a bigger rear the lens, we can put the relatively smaller lenses in the front the element, that can create the very smooth the light direction to the sensor. So the smooth light direction that means the lenses have a less the aberration effect, or means we have the less the collection of the aberration distortions. Also this is very not, I don't say easy, but easier to remove or eliminate the lot of the distortion aberration. So that is the benefit of this X mount the system. If the rear lens is smaller, so we have to place the bigger lens in front. So the bigger lens need more collection of the chromatic aberration, spherical aberration. So that's the reason. So the bigger lens needs more collection, not just only the optical way, but also the digital way.
Okay, so sorry, are you still following him? Good?
Thank you very much.
So maybe Zhang is he knows all the mount, many brands, and it just makes sense.
Okay. So from our side, as a manufacturer for mount adapters, so we welcome more new system, new mounts
right, for your business
to the market. So for Fujifilm cameras, APS-C X mount and also the new G mount, medium format cameras. So of course, from my understanding, these rear photographers, they love Fuji, the rear photographers. So the rear photographers, they always have the old lens. Old lens, also excellent. They buy some new lens through adapters using on these two systems. So from my understanding, Fujifilm, they did a good job for APS-C lens design and also the medium format camera. This is also good timing
Right.
Timing, good timing.
Thank you. It's all thanks to the wide Barrio Angle. Okay. So what is the point today is don't look at the size of the sensor only. Please look at the structure of the mount, and please compare the Barrio Angle. The wider Barrio Angle gives more flexibility for lens design. Okay.
And also the lens, the technician Mr. Takeshita said, the right direction, he said very beautiful. Do you agree? That's very smooth, very reasonable way, so very beautiful. So this is our design concept, how we create the beautiful line towards the sensor. So that is the point of the lens development. Okay.
So this is a statement from you,
yes.
Right?
So this is
more
our
light.
concept again. So the more light and less digital correction.
So wide Barrio Angle, the rear lens makes this happen. Okay? So
Thank you very much.
Okay, so next discussion, move on. Okay, so after a little bit of technical part, I think we invite more technical guy. So he's a Takeshita-san from our R&D. He's in charge of all the lens design for XF lens and the GF lens. So here we are showing latest lens roadmap. Everybody knows which includes XF16 f2.8. We are announcing anytime soon, followed by XF16 to 80 f4 consistent aperture, and probably the most interesting lens is XF33 f1.0 with autofocus. Okay, so he's the designer for this lens, and he's explaining how difficult his job to make this lens happen. Okay, this is a very special lens, so we show you the secret of this lens. Okay, please go to next chart.
And this is 35 f1.4 lens.
So this is a so-called God glass. Okay, everybody calls this lens is a God glass. When we introduced very sharp and also the creamy bokehs, and this size, the compactness. Okay, everybody loves this lens. Then how just make this lens from 35 to 33, from 1.4 to 1.0, right? What's a hassle, right? Why so difficult? Okay, so we will explain. Okay, first thing is Take-san, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Make f1.4 to f1 simply one stop more brightness. So the lens, the size need twice as big, okay? Because the lens need to correct twice as much the light, okay? So compared to 1.4, yes.
This is rear block of 33 f1.0.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is a 3310 autofocus, the mock-up, right? If you compare to side by side, right? Why this lens, right?
Hey, Toshi, can I see that?
Yes?
Because I love this 35. This is my favorite Fuji
Yes.
X-mount lens
Yes.
ever made.
Yep.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, continue. I just,
Okay. Right.
there you go.
No, this is mock-up. This is mock-up, right? Yes. Okay.
Wow.
So why, right? We made this. Okay. So go back to the chart. This is just direct comparison. The 1 and 1.4, but this is not the end of the story, right? To correct the light to the front, f1 very strong light. We need the front element. So in front of this part, right? Okay, twice as big, but we need to add one big, the front element. Because f1.0, such a strong light need to reach the front of the, this part without any aberrations, right? To correct the aberration,
Yes.
f1.0, strong light, you need how many lenses, you think?
Front side,
Yes.
about 10, 7, 10.
Okay, so that's the back side. Back side is a similar number of glasses, just twice as big, okay? But you know, the challenge is he needs to put 7 to 10, so maybe 8?
To correct aberration sufficiently,
Yes.
we need big correction lens
Yes.
in front.
So this lens, actually, this lens has how many glasses in this lens? 8 or 9?
7?
7. Only seven lens elements fit in this lens. But for this lens, in total, maybe maximum 20?
No.
How many?
15,
15?
20.
15 to 20, okay. Anyway, more than twice as many lens elements and the big elements need to fit in this glass. And even more challenging is, you know, this is not a manual focus glass,
Yeah.
okay? This is an autofocus glass.
Yeah.
And so maintaining, without compromising the image quality, how to control the autofocus is all those, the backside
Yes.
will move
Yeah, bro.
by actuator for autofocusing. Okay? Would you believe 8 over 10 glasses? How many grams?
200 about.
200, in total 200 glasses. 82 elements means 200 glasses. Need to precisely the shift by actuator to control the autofocus. Right. So do you feel the sympathy to him? Right?
Thank you.
Right. So I'm not, still satisfied the size of this glass, but after he's explaining the story, I begin to feel the sympathy. But my job is to keep the challenge to him. So please make this small as possible, light as possible. Okay.
I will make an effort.
Okay, so today, first time ever, we brought a working sample, early prototype, 16F2.8 and 16 to 80 F4. So today is a special event. So we brought from the dark room today. So
Yes. Today.
especially this is first working sample,
Yes. 16
to 80 F4 consistent aperture. Is it working?
No. We can take photo already.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So you see the actual size, right? It's small. If you compare to the full frame mirrorless glass, F4 consistent aperture, in case of the, it's almost exactly same size as a 2470 in the full frame lens. In our case, 16 to 80. That's the real benefit of the APS-C format. It's small, the handy, and even for the telephoto side, this side. And it's working now. So when do you think we can launch?
Maybe late this year.
Late this year.
Sorry.
We are February now, right? Why we have to wait until late this year?
We must do a lot of things we must do.
Okay, so this is an early prototype, right? From now till the launch, what he's doing, or what our factory is doing. Maybe you go to the movie. This is actually the taken at our factory. You see the individual workers manually adjusting resolution. How many points he needs to adjust?
Oh, this one?
Mm.
This one is 3 or 4.
3 or 4 parts, the controlling the tilt alignment to maximize the resolution like this chart. So-called SFR adjustment.
Yes.
So a factory is manually one by one need to adjust. So is this a good excuse to wait until late this year?
Maybe we need more hard.
Yeah, earlier, right? So he's the head of commercial. So he's the guy pushing all the R&D and the factory earlier. Okay, so next will be the fun session. Thank you very much, Takesa-san.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, I hand over to the Natalie. So you are the documentary and the travel photographer. How do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, it's light, really. Yeah, it's really light, really good. Sorry, I can't do both at the same time. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. No, it's super light. The lens is really light as well, by the way, which is for me. It's really important when I'm on assignment. Can anyone hear me? No. Which is really important when I'm on assignment because when I go to really sensitive places, I can't carry a lot of gear with me, and a lot of gear is really intimidating for some subjects. So this is really perfect, small, and yeah.
Can you wait until late this year?
No.
No. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so at this point, we go to the more fun session. Okay. So this is a first vote. We're asking you what the lens should we develop after 3 lenses, which is already on the roadmap. So what the lens should cover after 33 f1.0, after his big challenge. So we had a chat with the photographers or the customers. So which lens is do you want us FUJIFILM to develop next? So I don't know this covers all, but I think this is a good coverage. In total, 27 lenses on the list, and our job is to decide which lens we start the project after the 33 f1.0. So please, go to the slido.com #xsummit, and please put the focal length number, which lens do you want us to develop. So after seeing the result, maybe next week, you will see new lens roadmap, maybe. Okay, so this already some board. Can we please get 10 to 24 f2 WROIS? Yeah. Takesa-san, what do you think? Yeah. Okay. 10 to 24 f2 without increasing the size and weight.
Something interesting is happening, I think,
Yes.
in the tilt chip department. I did not ask them, by the way.
Yeah.
I promise.
Maybe while you are texting, maybe you can ask. Beno, what's your next?
No, I was saying, I was looking at the list. I would just go for all 4 lenses, which is in the bottom right corner, the GF tilt shift lenses.
Tilt shift.
I shoot architecture, I shoot cityscapes and time lapses. And when I used to shoot with DSLR, I had the luxury of being able to shoot with tilt shift lenses from 17 to 90 millimeters. And
Right.
now with Fujifilm, I don't have them, which is not good because when you shoot architecture, I think in 99% of cases, you're forced to tilt the camera upwards or downwards in order to get either the roof of the building or the bottom of the building. And when you're doing that, you're introducing convergence, the convergent lens of the convergent lines of a perspective, which have to be corrected later on in post-production. And when you're doing that, you are losing the sharpness, first of all, because some pixels have to be added or subtracted by the computer. You are losing the field of view because a part of the image has to be cropped, and so on. I would prefer to have all these things in camera optically, being able to control my image the way I'd like to shoot it, and have the whole scene in the frame. So I think that it would be a great addition to have tilt shift lenses.
Yeah, tilt shift.
Especially with medium format. Yeah, perfect. Yes, more, please.
Oh, tilt shift and tilt shift. GFW.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another thing is it's really important to say, especially in the medium format particularly, majority of your customers are in fact architectural shooters, fine art shooters, and they require this type of lens. So if Fujifilm is concerned about the, for example, return of investment, I understand that it costs a lot of money to develop the lens, but you are not tapping into a huge segment of the market, which is in fact architectural photographers. All of my colleagues are in fact using these lenses currently, so they would be very, very happy.
Appreciate. I think that your influence is in the future, so that's why many people just start texting the tilt shift. So tilt shift, you agree? Natalie?
No, I'll go for the 150 2.8 macro, just because I like to get really close.
150 macro.
Oh, I heard a yes somewhere. Yeah, just because I like to get super, super close, and it's a different way of seeing with macro.
Right.
You see details that you don't usually see with others.
That?
Oh, well, I don't want you to mess with that 35 millimeter 1.4. I see a version 2. And that lens has such magic. That's my favorite lens ever. That right, 35-1.4. There's really something special about that I think you'd have to be very difficult to make sure you don't lose. Now it would be great to have a faster focus on it, but the 150 2.8 macro would probably be kind of one. And I just want to say something about the gentlemen over here, our wonderful Fuji designers and engineers and all this stuff. I've had the pleasure of going to Tokyo a few times now to have this kind of meeting that we're having publicly, but like at Fuji HQ. And it's funny to watch us photographers go, oh, you know what we would love? We would love a 90 millimeter, blah, 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 about this side, da, 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 da. And then to watch their faces just sort of drop. And Toshi goes, yeah, can you do that? And you can see on their faces sometimes like, there goes a year of my life that I'll never get back if I try to make this happen. But I never realized how much goes into it, developing these lenses. And one last thing, at one of those meetings, they put a money total on a board and said, this is your budget. If you had to design these things, this is what it costs to design. I also didn't realize how much money it costs just to get that prototype in your hand.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much money it costs. So a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just make this? It's not that easy, as I've learned, because I used to be one of those people.
Right. So have you finished? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so before end of the show, let's come back to what the lens will be popular. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. So let's move on to next session. This session is about the design, particularly GFX. Okay? So recently we introduced GFX 50R, the smaller and more affordable. And I think this is a lovely camera. So this is here's Imai-san, the master. As I mentioned, he's the designer for first generation of X100, 2011. And since then, how many actually GFX? Uncountable numbers he designed. He's actually manages. And he is managing the 4 staff, working for you? 5 staff. working for him, and he's managing all the individual project. So, please, Masa, to talk about the design.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's start design part. Okay, today's theme of this part is mirrorless is free. I would like to talk. I would like to talk based on GFX series.
It's not means free of charge, okay? free from old legacy, right?
So today I brought some design mock-ups, which me and design team designed for GFX50S over 2 years ago. At that time, it was necessary to find out the most suitable style for our completely new medium format camera. Okay. Today I bring 4 types of mock-up. I will explain one by one shortly.
Yeah. So we are talking about the future, but actually he's now trying backward. Before we introduce to design the first generation of GFX 50S. So this is a very early days, the concept mockup, right? Please have a look. Okay.
Okay. First one. This is SLR style. The body size is bigger than our XT series according to large sensor size. And next one is this. There is no left side part, so a little bit smaller than SLR style. Eventually, this one was chosen to a GFX 50S basic style. Okay, third one is this. Yes, kind of rangefinder taste design study. This one resulted in GFX 50R. And last one is this.
This is quite radical design.
Yes, this is a main character of this topic. This size. We call this a modular design concept. Yes, this is a core unit equipped with shutter button and some control dials, shutter dials, compensation, exposure compensation dial, ISO dial, and monitor. Of course, including battery. So, if you go to outside, you bring this core unit and lens. This is old type mock-up, so mount shape is a little bit different from production model. Anyway, this combination, that's it, very small. We call this minimum style. And you can also attach other options like grip unit and finder unit. We call this full option style. You can choose these styles very easily. So I think this is totally free from style, freedom. So please check by photographer.
Okay. Okay, maybe Zack, you start. Sorry, this is again.
I'm just going home with all of this.
No point to you still.
Wow. So this is on the table, possibly. Could maybe come out. You know, it's also cool. This would be easy to fly on a drone,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then you could also maybe put it on like technical backs or technical cameras, like you could mount 4x5 adapters, things like that.
So this is a concept mock-up. So unfortunately, we can't realize this mock-up yet due to device size. But I hope it wouldn't
Not yet.
take so long to create small devices.
Okay. Hmm? じゃあもう行きましょう。So this shows us future potential. How the medium format camera can be reduced the size and the weight. Of course, the technically there are a lot of challenges. For example, we should make the shutter unit the smaller, or we need to make battery efficiency be improved. So many things we need to challenge, but I think this is a potentially the mirrorless.
Yes.
Medium format mirrorless has a potentially this kind of the future.
Can I say a quick word here? I see a lot of mock-ups in my job from all the manufacturers.
Yes.
But Fujifilm makes the best mock-ups.
Best mock-ups.
Thank you very
Best
much.
mock-ups. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I actually, when you showed me upstairs earlier, I thought you were showing me a new camera, a future camera. I didn't realize it was a mock-up.
So he has a big budget for making the mock-up, very expensive mock-up. Sometimes
That's a secret.
sometimes they're much more expensive than the real camera.
I really hope you do make this one day.
Yeah, I hope so.
When you have a global shutter and the technology required to make it smaller.
Sure.
Can we do a vote on this one as well? On like all the format on the cameras?
Yes.
I vote yeah.
By this year, right? Make it cheap. We can have it this year and have it cheaper, right? Yeah. Also, can I ask a question? This 50 millimeter looks really nice up here.
By the way, this is a
What is that?
GF 50 millimeter. Is a first time ever. Actually, this is working. I think. I think you will show that later on, together with. じゃあ次行こう。Okay, so this is the long driving shot. Okay, so the future. Now he's showing near future. Please.
Okay, this is GFX 100. We unveiled in last Photokina. And this is my latest design work. And the basic composition is SLR style with integrated vertical grip style and thinner than GFX 50S. Okay, and design concept is based on our ground concept. It's called X design. Simplicity and elaborateness. Yes, elaborateness as a professional shooting tool, and simple and sharp and plain keynote surface design. And I also pursued to express exceptional feel in according with superb performance, such as 100 million pixels and world's first medium format in-body stabilization. At the last Photokina, we displayed just design mock-up, but this is not mock-up, early prototype. It's working. So you can take picture, right, Makoto?
Yes, actually that's a quite early prototype.
Quite early prototype.
This just came from our dark room. So it touch very hot. So this is a very early prototype.
Switch
but
to him.
it's working perfectly, almost
It's
perfect.
actually working, right?
Right?
So yeah, maybe
Can you show?
our new IBIS works
Yes.
already. but it's not perfect.
So here's the sensor, 100 megapixel, and that's already IBIS unit, the built-in, and it's working now. So,
Thank you very much.
Imai-san, thank you.
Okay, so maybe, yeah, of course you can touch and try.
Yeah, this is, so one of the points I made earlier on, talking about full frame versus medium format versus APS-C. When you get to 100 megapixels, this kind of pixel count, this is when the benefit of medium format it really, really shines, because it's extremely difficult to make lenses for smaller format systems, which can resolve up to 100 megapixels. The larger the format, the easier that task becomes. So this is where the benefit of medium format really, really, really comes true. And especially with, I mean, I know this is only a prototype, but we tested a little bit earlier on, and the stabilization is extremely effective, which makes it so much more useful than, I mean, we were talking about the phase one that you use earlier on. You don't need to lock this to a tripod. This is a hand-holdable camera. It feels sort of like a Nikon D5 or a Canon 1DX. It's a similar sort of handling experience.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, yeah, you would not expect a medium format camera to be a small one, because an average customer is not a photojournalist. So I think portability is not that much of an issue. But I think when you have a medium format camera with 100 megapixels and it looks like an average DSLR with a battery grip, I am interested. I mean, this is amazing. I can say that this is not a final product yet. It's a little bit slippery in the grip. Maybe some touches need to be still done on it, but
that's really covered, lapped by.
The weight is good. I think it's a great camera, absolutely. I mean, bring it.
Right. So, as a travel photographer, can I ask you your opinion? Ask you your opinion.
As Beno was saying, for a medium, this feels like my DSLR that I use on assignments sometimes. And usually other medium format cameras are extremely heavy. This feels super light and super portable compared to the others. Yeah.
Thank you. Zach?
I got to kind of play with this a bit last night. And this is what I always, people come up to me and say, Zach, I like that Fuji system, and I know that like mirrorless, but I really want full frame. Why doesn't Fuji make full frame? And I'm like, well, they do. It's called a GFX. And they go, no, I want 35 millimeter. Oh, so you want a small sensor? No, I want a large sensor. Oh, well, they have a large sensor. It's called GFX. No, I want small, wait, you want a small sensor? No, I don't want small sensor. I want large sensor, big sensor. Here it is. I love to just watch them be confused. I've been a medium format shooter for 7-8 years now. I shoot phase one a lot, and something like this with in-body image stabilization would be, just like you said, I could get off of the tripod because focus is so critical in medium format. Yeah. I'm really interested to see this out in the wild, for sure. And seriously, holding it is like, I used to have a Nikon D3. That was the last large DSLR I had, and then I had 5Ds with battery grips. And this is
they weigh the same.
Pretty much. This is just a DSLR with a 24 to 72/8 on it. Is exactly how it feels in the hand and the weight. So if rocking DSLRs with battery grips is your thing, and then you get nearly twice the sensor size out of this camera.
Okay, thank you very much. So can I ask one of you to volunteer to do test shot here? Okay. Who can?
Go for
you.
No, you.
Ladies
first.
Ladies first always. Group shot ね。はい。
Let's
do
make
you want
sure
to
it's
turn the
working.
light on?
Yeah, maybe.
Can you? Make more light? No. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Okay. Hi. So group shot. No. Okay. The smile, group shot. 100 megapixel, right? First time ever group shot by 100 megapixel. Don't move. Happy Fuji. Right. Check.
Okay.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
This is the question that deep review readers want to know, just how much will it cost?
How much the cost? So we haven't decided, but around the 10 grand US. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So are you ready to show?
While we're waiting, I really want this camera. I want this camera right now. I want this.
Shotgun.
I want to start like passing it around. Like, hey, everyone, you got to look at this camera. Like, I really want this camera.
Very popular camera.
This is the one I want.
This would be probably an ultimate drone camera.
Okay. Oh, Ibis works.
Power of 100 megapixel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I see
Okay.
Kudio. I see Imran.
Yeah.
I think image stabilizer works already very well.
Yeah.
Yes, not perfect yet, but yeah.
You like it? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so 100 megapixel. When? We cannot say when. Before June.
Yeah.
Before June. Okay.
Try.
The sale on. Okay. So let's move on to. Okay, so let's discuss about film simulation. So this part handled by Makoto again.
Yes. So today I want to talk about our film simulations. So as you know, the FUJIFILM developed so many films because of users' request, users create. So now, as the X series, GFX series has 16 types of the film simulations. So today I want to discuss with you about what is next feature of color reproduction.
So can I ask how many of you using Fuji cameras? A lot? Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
So how many of you normally shoot JPEG film simulations versus RAW? Only little. And so, right. So mostly it's through shooting the RAW, right? Instead of JPEG film simulation. So it's a job to sell the film simulation more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before that, I want to explain about why FUJIFILM can realize such kind of many film simulations. So this is how we approach the final target. Of course, FUJIFILM knows about the films, and we already knew about how we approach the color reproduction, like Provia, Belvia, Astia, and Pronega, and even the old legacy films. So at first, we create the target color by designers. And then, so the left side has a sensor output. It's just, just output, like a 14-bit, the low data. Then we have to make it final color target. So we have three parts, like a measurement, and calculation, and the final tuning. So about the measuring by tools, so this part. So normally, I don't know actually, so any other manufacturer doing how it. But FUJIFILM normally don't use this kind of the color chart. So, like Fujifilm has original colors which we need to, realize our final color reproduction, even when we develop the films. And so we use that kind of colors and shoot the raw file, and then so optimizing by original program. So could you show how it works? So these kind of programs minimize the color difference, increase how the camera inside works, and so over like million times calculation, optimization, prepares some result for the like a coefficient of the parameter inside the camera, but no perfect coefficient. We cannot find it. So then our like color designers like adjust and tuning the final like parameters on inside the camera.
Right.
So that is why the Fujifilm can approach what we want to create, the new color reproduction.
So it's kind of a big effort. We developed how many film simulations now?
16 times.
film times.
Yes.
But it's not so popular here.
Oh,
So-
sorry. But
so we need to
I think
promote more.
even the low file users.
Yes.
So
Combat
beginning,
to the, yes.
beginning color reproduction is quite
Right.
important, I
Right.
think.
Right. Maybe here we can ask the guest panelists. What do you think about the Fujifilm colors? Yeah.
I would say color tonality of skin tones is particularly impressive with Fuji, and this is what I really like. I don't shoot people a lot, but this is what everyone else tells me as well. Like it very much. So precision of colors, film simulations, if you like to shoot on JPEG,
Yeah.
having these presets, I think it's a very unique selling point of Fujifilm cameras. I don't see that anywhere else. So, yeah, impressive.
Thank you. So if you suggest us what kind of film simulation should we look at next?
Next?
Yeah. What kind of film?
Wider range, probably, wider range of the selections of films. So I think there are a lot of films that people are missing from the film days, and film having a resurgence of popularity, I think it would probably work. So let people bring, do we have Fuji Reala?
Riara, yes?
Yeah.
You have it,
Yes.
yeah? Okay, so that's the one I remember shooting from the film days.
Yeah.
And like I said, film is coming back. So let's have that digitally in a way to sort of bridge that need.
Right. So,
Personally, what I'd really like is X-ray film. If we could do that, just an X-ray film simulation. Could we work on that?
Be careful,
Sorry.
Zack.
Yeah. No, I'm a classic chrome shooter, and so it's either that or the Acros for me. And for me, honestly, those are the two that I use the most.
right.
And I'm pretty happy with those.
Yes.
I have one question. I remember from the days of the Reala, an actual film, it was known for having the fifth layer of color,
Yeah,
which gave it the skin rendition of more
post-layer,
precision. Yeah.
yes.
How is that simulated in digitally? I mean, is that similar or?
Actually, of course, camera just has a RGB, but yeah, we can.
If you were to
create
compare actually the curves.
Same expressions, something by tuning.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe Barney?
I want Fuji Natura, but I don't want a film simulation of Fuji Natura. I just want
Everyone knows the
Fuji
natural film?
Natura.
Everyone knows natural film. Remember?
It's the ISO 1600 film that's
Yeah.
now discontinued and costs a
Still
fortune.
available on Amazon. We checked. There's some film
Really?
left over.
How much is it per roll? now?
Very expensive.
Right, so I want Fuji Natura.
Yeah. So natural. Okay. Cho-san.
As a photographer, I'm also I like shooting photos very well. So in the past 10 years, almost every day camera with me, but most of them is Leica M9, Leica M240, and Leica SL. But recently, I'm not I'm not paying much more attention to technicians. But recent 2 years, I start to use Fujifilm cameras from X Pro 1, and then nowadays H1. I always use it mixture with Leica cameras. So for my straight feeling, the color is most attractive for me. The color
Thank
is
you.
very brilliant.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so where we go next? Makoto.
Okay, so yeah, of course now we are thinking about the next generation of the film simulation. So what is new film simulation? So I think everybody say like old legacy, like Liara, Natura, or maybe the based on classic chrome and more punky color, right? So yeah, now, so next, so normally we just mentioned about this color chart, like LAB. So this is but this is just 2D, right? So just cut it one luminance, and the Eterna Provia will be of course totally different color production. But yeah, we should do more manage about the 3D color space, right? So Eterna Provia Belvia, even the classic chrome. So the tonality is quite important, even the color tonality. So if we can manage and adjust the color saturation depends on the luminance, we can make it more like matte color or the more saturation based on the more like high tonality.
Yeah.
So like that's what Zack mentioned about it. So yeah, so today I can't confirm yet, but yeah, we will try to create new film simulation based on the like film legacy for the future.
Right, so new negative film simulation.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Looking forward to?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so next is okay, so firmware update instead of the bug fix, okay? More positive way. So this is handled by Jun.
Thank you. And at first, I will show the number, 250. This number shows the total firmware update since we introduced the X100. Thank you. Thank you.
But many people, some people say, why Fuji delivers from the day one? So, all the functionality of the firmware.
Because the firmware update concept is clear. The next slide. The concept is firmware never stopped improving, and technology is advancing day by day. So not only the replacing the new systems every 2 years, but also we focus on the maximize the new systems performance. So
today, So today he's showing the latest firmware for XT3, right? XT3 we launched less than 6 months ago.
Yes.
Now our software engineers keep working.
Right.
So this is one features.
Yes,
Next.
and the left-hand side is the current firmware of the XT3, and
can you go back one more?
Yeah.
One more time.
And the right-hand side with the firmware, as you can see, the tracking performance is better.
Yeah.
Thank you. H1.
So we take it as a proposal. but bear in mind, that's all the hardware is different. Yes, all the sensor and processor. So we cannot promise anything, but I take your request.
And the next short clip, even for the smaller face, and the tracking performance is better.
So girls are approaching.
Yes.
PC. It's already? One more. Can you go back? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, see the comparison. The girls are approaching, and the next Fabia will capture the face much earlier.
Yes, thank you. And also the eye detection AF performance will be improved. And I introduced the next update plan in the April for the XT3. And thanks to the new algorithms, and the user can get the better autofocus performance. Also, user can get the better touch operability also.
So this information is not officially announced yet. So this is an event we announced first time ever in the world. So this new firmware update particularly focus on the face and the eye detections will be released in April. Please look forward to.
Thank you.
Okay, so here we opened the second boat time. Okay, so now we're asking everybody, so which firmware upgrade do you want us to next? So we started 100 different ideas to make the short list down to 9. Okay, 1 to 9. So, Zhang,
yes.
Can you explain a little bit?
Yes, and the first one is especially for the GFX, a user can see the real dynamic range through the EVF or the LCD. And next one is during the long exposure, user can also see the actual the exposure.
So this is usable for the stars,
right?
Like this.
Thank you. And the next one is a HDR shot with 3 frames multiple shot. And next one is for better operability for the focus bracketing. And the user can touch panel. They can touch from here to here like this, and user can set the focus, the distance. And next one is for the creative work. User can set the up to the 9 images for the multiple exposure. And the next one, number 6, is for better manual focusing. User can set the direction of the rotation or the direct angle of the rotation or linear and non-linear. And next one.
Please start voting. Okay.
Yes. The next one is in-camera time-lapse making the movie. And next one, number 8, is up to 10 times the slow motion. Yeah. And the last one is free from the USB cables. User can develop the raw file via the Wi-Fi connectivity. Yes.
Okay, so please give us your opinion. So which the functions? I saw the all, but we cannot all the same day, but we have to prioritize. So which we should prioritize? Number 1 to 9. So seriously, we will start project based on your voting result. Okay, so before we finish, yeah? 8 and 9, 6, 9. So it seems 8 is popular, 1080 to 40. You agree? Yeah? Yeah? 8? 8? Or 9? 9? 9? 8 and 9?
8.
And
8
7.
Maybe
7, 8, 9.
ask your opinion, right?
I would really like to see number 7.
7?
I'd like to shoot a time lapse, push a button.
Number 7, who support
And
Zack? 7?
Yeah.
9.
9? Again. Okay. You think about?
I'm greedy.
You greedy.
I'll go with everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
But okay, yeah, of course, time lapse would be great and high-speed video as well. But the multiple shot for HDR is actually really great.
3. Is there anybody who support 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2, live view, preview, long exposure. Yeah, that's difficult to judge.
Right.
Yeah. So let it be improved.
Right.
Okay, let's do a quick survey in the room. Who in this room shoots RAW mostly or exclusively? Okay, you should all vote for number 1, because if you get number 1, you wouldn't need number 5. So live preview of full dynamic range would actually show you the total dynamic range of your sensor in RAW mode, which is a lot more than you think. So you'd never have to buy neutral density filters or do HDR stacking ever again. So
But
vote
what
for
if
number
you
1.
wanted multiple exposure more for the artistic effects?
Oh, of course, yeah, I was speaking really about the HDR.
Because I love multiple exposure, but I don't like that it's only 2. I would like unlimited.
Right.
Like, not even go to 9. Like, set as many as I want, and it just goes. Would be great.
Zhang?
I would say 8 for speed, high-speed video
Right.
for firmware.
It's still popular, number 8. Okay, so we come back. Yes. So, this is, you finish?
Yes.
So, quick one more. Okay, so, firmware update, never stop. So we will continue the Kaizen. Thanks, Jim. Okay, we have 7 minutes to finish. Before we finish, maybe we can ask your questions or requests, anything. Okay.
Hi. I actually put this question up in the firmware section. I think I've asked this before as well, but I'd really like to see the star rating system to be able to be read in Lightroom. So now what happens is when you shoot photos and you star rate 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, it doesn't show up in Lightroom.
Right, right.
So, and it's just a function of moving where that data is on the raw file to an area where Lightroom can see it.
Lightroom, yeah.
So that's the first part. And then once you solve that, if we can have one of the buttons dedicated to just star, so you don't have to go into the menu and find the star rating, star that. So it's just
so rating.
Yeah, just a star rating system.
Any comment?
Yes. Yes, we have the, many requests about the rating system. So now we are studying the solutions. Yes.
Right. So maybe number 10.
Number 10.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more, please?
Hi.
Yes.
I am talking about a different kind of innovation. I would like to see a detachable EVF wireless, so you can remove it, put it on your eyes, and shoot wherever you want. So you will have a much more flexibility in taking pictures in different difficult areas. In EVF, that you can detach wireless to the camera, and you can put on
wirelessly. So, as this?
Like this, yes.
Like this. Or on the tripod, I can look at. It's a good idea, you think?
I need a royalty on it.
So Bluetooth. Bluetooth is too slow. Sorry.
Too slow. It's a silly idea.
Yeah,
right?
but I think
Wi-Fi.
it's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. thanks to your-
maybe when we achieve the modular type design,
We
so
should
the,
do
maybe
that,
the
right?
wireless connection
Yes,
should work so well.
Right. So, the Zack, where's Zack? Oh, he started showing the, that's small modular, right? Please don't lose. Please.
So I know the JPEG processing is incredible in camera, and there are now the film simulations for Lightroom, but the sharpness is never as good as the JPEGs out of the camera.
Right, sorry.
Is there any way you could talk to Adobe and give your amazing algorithm to them so we can still have that raw flexibility, but still get the optimum sharpness out of your lenses?
We should invite the guy from the Adobe here, but I think you can have a comment.
Yes, actually, our color reproduction is, some part is special, highly confidential, but we can talk with Adobe also. Please send me email from maybe Adobe-san.
I can add something here as well, because I've spoken to Adobe about this a lot. I'm guessing that you mean the Xtrans raw files, right? So for Adobe to generate, treat, because that's a very different kind of a sensor and a very different kind of a file. So for Adobe to get exactly the same results from such a radically different CFA layout is actually extremely difficult. If you compare the way Adobe does it now to the way Adobe did it 3 or 4 years ago, it's a vast difference. But it's a lot of work for them. But we can hope.
So basically, our sensor Xtrans as well as our processing, talking totally different world.
Yes.
Right. So I think our relationship with Adobe is quite good. So every single camera before we launch, we have the conversation.
Always
and,
communicate.
We always have a willingness to support the Adobe to the better image quality processing. Please.
I just wanted to ask regarding the app if there's going to be any updates, because we need
application, right? Camera remote.
the firmware is updating all the time, and it's really a great system. But when it comes to really like working on the go and editing, and you need to send something on your phone, it slows down the process. That I had to switch to an SD card reader to work faster, and also I can't transfer videos. I have to use it. It's just that's it.
The transfer speed.
One more. Add probably add comment maybe.
Yeah, I had the same question about the app as well. I mean, I think the remote app is way behind some of the competition when it comes to. I mean, I think it just needs a complete redesign, if you ask me. The second question is the geotagging. I just want a simple system where I turn on my camera before I leave on the shoot, and it tags all of my images. I'll come back, even if I switch it off, and then back on again during my shoot. But I constantly need to go into the app and update the geotagging to kind of get the position. Can we not just kind of have it a simple system, you switch it on, and for the full day, it updates live the position?
Right.
Yes, actually the function of geotagging, especially the without Bluetooth cameras, it's you have to change all the time. But if you use a Bluetooth type of cameras and pairing, so our application is, like continue follow the geotag.
I know, but
every 1 minute.
But it still drops out. I mean, I've been shooting all of the Bluetooth cameras, and very regularly it drops out. You have to kind of log in again in the app, and kind of it's not as smooth as it could be, I think. I don't know if the audience has a similar feel, but.
Do you have any view about camera app? No, not strong view. But I think we have some project.
Yes.
We already started as a improvement of our camera
Yes,
remote.
we are working on it. Yeah.
We are working on it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the modular system. Can I have one of those to take home later, please, today? Because that thing's just awesome.
It's very popular.
No thanks.
It doesn't
very popular mock-up. Probably.
Zach, can you just steal that one for me, please?
Mock-up. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for, you
don't want this one.
Likely.
You've broken it already.
Right. Okay, so this is 31 minutes past 8, so it seems, we are close to the end. So can you go back to the lens roadmap, future lens roadmap? What kind of lens you bought it? Yes. What is the most popular? Can you change on the popular things? GF tilt, 404, 150, GF, 3514 Mark II, 37. Again, tilt. No more, I can hold it. 1835 after. 35, this is not on the list. So
That's democracy.
It is a democracy. Yeah, very, very, very split. But the GF tilt is,
It seems to be tilting in one direction.
Yeah, tilt is, yeah.
I told you.
You told me. Okay. Yes, please.
So, as we saw, Fujifilm, the brilliant engineer, they already developed a good camera and a good lens. But we, as a manufacturer for adapters, we give extra option. So we saw a lot of demand in internet. They say they need a tear shift lens from Fujifilm. So now you don't have it yet.
Yeah.
So we from KIPON, they have one lineup, tear shift lineup. So these adapters also can allow you to use some legacy lens like Hasselblad V lens, Pentax lens, 67645, such medium format lens, and use tear shift function on Fuji X camera or Fuji GFX camera. So if you have any questions related to adapters, you can ask me.
He never missed a sales opportunity.
Any questions?
Okay. Sell them while you still can, because I think they're about to make some.
Okay, I think it's already time is over. So thank you very much for putting it together this evening, and this is our first attempt to have hold this event, Fujifilm X Summit. So if you think this event is useful or successful, we will make next X Summit at some point in the near future. So what do you think? Thank you. Thank you very much. So we will see you again at the next Fujifilm X Summit at somewhere in the world at some point in the near future. Thank you very much.